Hello there and welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we'll be delving into the major mistakes you should avoid with your SRM program. To help you stay on top of these insights, we created a template to keep track of these crucial points in one place. But before going into the lesson, I like to share a mistake of my own with you. While doing business with people from around the world, I never adapted my own communication style and way of negotiating. Rookie mistake. Why? Understanding culture is very important for identifying benefits and potential mistakes. Understanding how relationships are established and managed in certain cultures will help any procurement manager around the globe to achieve better relationships with suppliers. In our extra reading material, we have added an article on how to do business with people from other cultures. For now, let us focus on the primary SRM mistakes you need to avoid. Non-segmentation of suppliers. Due to the increasing complexity of supply relations, the traditional make versus buy decision is no longer preferred and applied by many companies. There's no one-size-fits-all approach for effective SRM and sourcing models. Just as customers and product variants should be classified according to a supply relation strategy, suppliers should be segmented as well. This is why it's really a big mistake not to segment your suppliers. So better avoid that. Using the sourcing continuum to classify suppliers into transactional, relational, and investment categories allows organizations to quickly assess where their suppliers stand on the spectrum from contractual to strategic relationships. Not choosing a customer-focused approach. There are usually two types of approaches when it comes to SRM. Supplier forward, an approach that focuses on utilizing the capabilities of suppliers to identify how well they meet customer needs. And customer focused, an approach that focuses on evaluating customer-supply relation needs and selecting suppliers to meet such requirements. Many supply relation strategies typically follow the first approach, supplier forward, where they develop strategies based on best practices from suppliers to customers, rather than focusing on how to meet customer needs. Ignoring customer needs can be a little risky because it can lead to a failure in meeting requirements or placing such a high emphasis on supposed best practices that processes and technology become overly complex. This, in turn, results in resources being wasted on non-value added tasks. Beginning with a customer-centric approach provides a clear direction and valuable insights into what the company must do to fulfill customer needs. This valuable information can be shared with strategic suppliers to drive continuous improvement efforts and can also be used internally for selecting new suppliers. Companies should select strategic suppliers that are flexible and adaptable to changing customer needs while balancing the goals of work and working capital. Although it may sound ambitious, top-performing companies have demonstrated that a blended approach that prioritizes both customers and suppliers is not only achievable, but also beneficial to all parties involved. After all, being a little ambitious is not so bad, especially if it means more benefits for your company. Focusing solely on cost. We all know this. Money is of the essence, and in business, it's important to consider reducing costs as a top priority. The same goes for the SRM program. Prioritizing cost as the top metric on the supplier scorecard is a relatively common way to achieve company goals and objectives. However, this approach can often result in a manipulation rather than collaboration with existing suppliers or the selection of new suppliers that don't align with the overall strategic sourcing strategy. Companies that primarily choose suppliers based on cost frequently discover that they end up exceeding their budget due to rework, delays, and other issues. When forming partnerships with strategic suppliers, the primary focus should be on the overall value they bring to the supplier relation network and customer satisfaction. Cost should just be one of several evaluation metrics on the scorecard. When developing SRM strategies, it's crucial to keep in mind that the ultimate objective is to serve the customer, not solely on costs. While it's good to remember to cut costs as a procurement manager, don't forget to remember why you're doing business. To add to that, remember to stop being so fixated on reducing costs, as it can lead you to more loss. Not focusing on investment suppliers. Top performing supplier relations have demonstrated that effective, transparent communication and active collaboration with strategic partners, which goes beyond mere transaction management, positively impact customer satisfaction. Additionally, these practices help in reducing costs and risks. The bad news is that sometimes many organizations overlook the importance of involving their most strategic suppliers in supplier relation transforming discussions, concentrating mostly on collaboration within their enterprise. Neglecting to consider how new technology will influence workflows that extend beyond the organization can have adverse effects on digitization efforts and user adoption. So, be sure to consider your investment suppliers. An example of a company that successfully navigated major SRM mistakes is Unilever. In the past, Unilever faced challenges related to over-reliance on a small group of suppliers, leading to vulnerabilities in its supplier relations. To address this, Unilever diversified its supplier base, which reduced dependence on a few key vendors. This strategic shift help them in mitigate risks associated with potential supplier disruptions and enhance Unilever's resilience in the face of unforeseen challenges. This only showcases how proactive SRM strategies can prevent major mistakes in SRM. Navigating these mistakes can be a little tricky and overwhelming. That is why I have created a personalized template for your use. This template can help you keep track of the mistakes that you should avoid in one place. Convenient, right? And that's a wrap for today's discussion. In this lesson, you have learned the top 4 mistakes that you should avoid in SRM. We also provided a template that can serve as a handy reference, allowing you to keep track of crucial insights and preventive measures. By regularly revisiting and updating your template, you'll reinforce your understanding and commitments to avoiding these pitfalls in your SRM journey. Thank you for your attention, and I'll see you in the next lesson.